afternoon to the viewers of the live stream, whether you're watching live or after it saves as a video. Welcome to another live stream. I didn't even think to check this. Hold on. Yeah, wow, look at that. Holy crap. We got to start looking at this. I'm not even going to do an intro. SOXL seasonality says we go down in 2023, we go down in 2022, we go down in 2024, we go sideways in 2021. Everything says it should bottom around September or October. Man, if the seasonality, and then it says we should go up again. It said the bottom should be in April, and then we're bullish into June, July. Yeah, wow, man. The seasonality is no joke, huh? Ethereum says we should be bearish into October, and then we should go up. Let's see. Let's see if it plays out. Welcome to another live stream. Yeah, Solana should be bearish until September, October, and then turn bullish. Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Very interesting. We got Demon, Dominic Mysterio, Higher Low, Griot, Chris, Gumal, Potato Rot, Lace Demon, Richard Desmond is in the chat. Doge Maxi, Matthew Dropco, Bull Parade, Excellent Man. All season? Hell yeah, man, maybe. You better get in. All season, my man. Grease Monkeys in the chat. My Dog's Breakfast. Let's get the poll running early today. Get those votes in. Get those votes in. So I do have a little Easter egg for you all. That lets me know we're about to get a big move. You know how I know we're about to get a big move? This tells me we're about to get a big move. So over the last 365 days, we've only been less volatile 3% of the year. So can somebody tell me 3% of 365? If 10% is 36, then 1% is 3. So around 9 to 12 days out of the last year, we've been less volatile, which means we're extremely compressed. And I can tell you back in February, we were at 99%. So You're gonna get a 30% move in either direction. It's screaming at us. 3% of the time, the historical volatility is lower than it is now. That means 9 days out of the year. So you're gonna get something. You're gonna get something, gentlemen. All right. We're either going to 80K or 40K. There's really no in the middle. I have to remain bullish until Saturday at least, because that's where the 5-day stock RSI hits overbought. Once the 5-day stock RSI hits overbought, I can start preparing for the bear bunker. If we're bullish, we'll start moving up. If we're bearish, we'll go straight down. All right, the longer we sit here, the bigger the move is going to be. I see Moon Boys on YouTube. I see bears on YouTube. You got to just place your bet. There's no more time left. What if it's more bearish than we can possibly imagine? Some people, there's a very few people that are saying it's extra bearish. I can only think of 3 people off the top of my head that are extra. Well, I can only think of one person that's extra bearish. The doctor of Dump and Pump. The doctor of Dump and Pump thinks we're going all the way to 17K. I can confidently say that's not happening. Maybe he's right. I can't get behind that at all. That's like saying we're going to 250,000. There's very few people that think we're going below 40,000. I think consensus of the bears is probably 44 to 48,000. And then you have the fake bears that think 53,000. But I think the minority of the bears think we're going into the 30K region. I lean one step above the 30K bears. I think 40K is a good spot for me. 38K is very nice as well. I think anything under 38K is possible, but it's getting greedy. And then Ron Walker says 17K. It's just too bearish. There's no evidence to support that at all. So, as much as I love me some Uncle Ron, I can't get behind it. Have I looked at FINRA? I don't even know what that is. But I can say that in 2018, that move was nuts. I know I always say that. I mean, this compression was something that we haven't seen in a long time. Long time. I'm actually wondering what that BBWP was looking like. Yeah, look at the size. How many candles was this? We had 35 days of sideways. We haven't come close to that. Yeah, that was I don't know if we're ever gonna see that again, honestly. I mean, maybe we see it now, right? What's the difference? Maybe, dude, maybe we're right here. I mean, you could see it kind of happens. And the bottom's in October. Not impossible. FINRA debt is merging debt for retail. It's okay. Stock market goes up and to the right. The debt is meaningless in my opinion. Not saying you're wrong. I just doesn't matter to me. Financial advice. I think the missing piece of the puzzle here is that short-term hold the realized price. If we look at the data and not our opinion, every time we go down, we hit the short-term hold the realized price. It is what it is. There's really no arguing data. I think it's the missing piece. I can just circle it every time. Like, yeah, we didn't touch it here, but we never made a new low. We didn't make a new low until after we hit the realized price. So I think the realized price is that, let me see if we're still bearish. I think that's a good way to describe it. It's the, let me see if we're still bearish trend line. You hit it one more time and then we went down. I think we're going to get that last little, are we still bearish? And then a rejection comes around the next Friday, and then that's it. All I need to see is us come back at some point close to the end of the month, or maybe even the first week of September. Because we got to remember, it only takes 30 days to go down 30%. So as long as we're back at the low before the middle of September. Now, you don't want to move the goalpost too far either, because maybe it's not bearish anymore. But I would say all I need to see is a move down to the low in the next 24 days. Because then from there, we would still have an entire 45 days to fall 30%, which we know is very doable. Very doable. So it's probably just going to sit here doing nothing for another week. Maybe it's 2 weeks. I can't guarantee it. But what I can say is the stock RSI is letting us know that it might not be as bullish as some of the Moon Boys are pushing it, because we really can't go down right now because the 5-day stock RSI is bullish. That's why I can't say we're going down. I don't think we're going down yet, but it's coming. It's coming. You did the same thing in 2022. I can't say 2018 because you didn't hit overbought. It was a fake pump. I'm not going to compare us to here because I don't really think we're in here. But if that's where we are, so be it. Robinhood listed Cashapp. Hell yeah. Everyone is waiting for the Senate to pass the Clarity Act. Yeah, I give YouTube credit for milking that shit. If I ever make it out of here, I'm gonna join the milk wagon too. But right now I have to focus on what actually matters. But once I get out of here, I'm gonna focus on the Clarity Act too. Vision is not bearish enough. I'm gonna cheat on him with Ron. Yeah, the problem with Ron is he's always bearish. He's literally always bearish. That's all right, Uncle Ron. Let's take a look at some stuff. Doge is still bearish. Coinbase not really bouncing too much. That's interesting. Yeah, did anybody see Telcoin was making a new low? I know Telcoin's a rug, but man, they're really sending it down. Going straight down now. Telcoin, break it down. Yeah, Luna Classic is trying to hold. See what happens if Luna Classic can hold. Dogecoin's getting close, breaking the low too. Oh, Ethereum Classic made a new low. Oh, look, we're getting a Harry Potter spike. There it is. Harry Potter, there it is. It was up here. I moved it. There it comes. I think I think we're gonna get the top soon. I was waiting for it. It took forever. Here it is. Harry Potter spike. Oh, Chill Guy spiked up again too. Wow, maybe we're bullish. Yeah. Oh my, Solana looks terrible. What are they doing with Solana? What's going on over there? BTC pair is bearish. Yeah, Solana BTC has actually been following Bitcoin for the most part. The disconnect was here. I don't necessarily think Solana BTC going down is good for Bitcoin. What do you think? I think Solana might be telling us we're bearish. No? Because when we were bullish here, we made a higher high. Unless the argument is we're right here and then we're about to go up. All right, so we're going to form something like this. Yeah, we already did though. Or are you saying that we got to go here? Nah, if Solana makes a lower low, that's ultra bearish, man. That's ultra bearish. I don't even think you could compare these because we never shot up off of this. Cheesecake Factory. I've never been there. What else do I want to look at today? Jasmine almost made a new low. Yeah, I think Jasmine's letting us know it's bearish. I think Jasmine's letting us know we're bearish. Oh, Cardano with another spike. Nice. Shout out to Cardano. Maybe we're going up. Never mind. We might be going up. Yeah, wow, they're really rugging this thing. What about, doesn't H-bar have the same chart? Oh, Caspa almost made a new low. Yeah, Caspa, he did it. Almost. Caspa almost made a new low. Watch out. Caspa's getting ready for the next leg down. Yeah, XCN made another low too. This is what's interesting. Look at this. XCN did nothing all bear market in 2022. And then right when we turned bearish, that was when it went down. You see how Bitcoin crashed and then XCN did nothing? And then right when we were getting ready to put the low in, XCN started to break down. Look at that. Might be happening again. I really think we're at that time. Do you believe in the 4-year cycle or do you not? I'm going to learn about moon cycles, I think, on my own time. I do find it really interesting how we don't, it's not 100% accurate, but man, you really do usually top at the blue moon. It's not perfect, of course, but buying around the full moon usually works better than not. And I had a feeling that this full moon was going to be a trap because it looks too much like this. But it was still the bottom. And now the new moon is coming up. I think the top is next week. I'm not going to start pushing this propaganda on you. I'm going to start using it for myself. But I'm starting to believe. I really am, man. I think we could be getting something like this. Where you had one new moon, then you had the Moon Boy event, right? I think the Moon Boy event was right here. Right, yeah, the Moon Boy event is on the new moon. And then we went straight down. I think that could be what's happening here. When's the new moon? On the 12th, right? It's nice that the 5-day stock RSI is lining up too. Yeah, we got a shot. I think we got a shot. Just so you guys know, that guy that we were watching yesterday, that's where I got that from. You got a shot at a bottom. You got a shot at a bottom. The hype and the hopium. Bursh. Spursh. The indicators turn back to bullish. I think our indicators are about to turn bearish. I really do. I'm turning back into the mega bear after the 14th. Back to Bursh. Yeah, I have no choice, man. How's our MACD looking? How's our MACD looking? Yeah, I saw the thing that said McDonald's is having a hard time right now. Let them rot. Everything's too expensive. Back to Bursh. Yeah, see, we're still bullish, man. We got to have the MACD turn to red. If the MACD turns red on the 2-day time frame, that's when we can start being Bursh. See? Bursh, Bursh, Bursh. We're not Bursh yet. It's coming, though. It's coming. Don't worry. I learned patience is one of the most powerful tools in life. I am seeing many videos talking about alt season in the banana zone. Yeah, the Moon Boys get more money on YouTube. It's just a known fact. Ben Cohen is defying reason right now. His channel is growing in a bear market. He's like the only YouTuber. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. I was never able to resonate with the people. I see a lot of on-chain people pretending to be bullish, and they're getting a lot of content as well. But I'm getting nothing, and I'm giving you straight heat. So I got to figure out how do I blend in with the viewers. How do I accommodate the viewers so that I can grow? Banana zone. I mean, listen, last bear market, I was a moon boy and I was making a lot of money on YouTube. This year, I'm making shit. 2026 is my lowest revenue ever. Viewer 3000 for 2 says, what do I think about Shiba? I appreciate the 2 from Mr. Viewer 3000. I think Shiba's getting ready to break the low. I think Shiba's going to 0. I think Shiba's going to 0, man. My target for Shiba will be... Ah, shit, you already hit it. Maybe 32. Yeah, I would say 32 to 22. That's what I'm looking for on Shiba. Appreciate the 2. I think 30 to 22. He's been doing collabs. Ben Cowan, I would never do a collab, and he would never invite me on his channel, and I wouldn't even go on his channel anyway. I don't want to be famous. I want to be rich. I need more viewers so I can get more ad revenue. I would never want to have 1 million subscribers, man. Unless I had no face on my channel. You know how much of an annoyance it is when you have people following every move you make? It's tragic. There was an example of this. I was buying a train ticket when I had a lot of money. Those days are long gone. And this guy, his name might have been Jaquan or Devonte. I'm not making any accusations, but he was buying a train ticket in front of me, and he had this ginormous wad of cash. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Just hurry up. I didn't say it. I was like thinking in my head, he's taking forever. And I'm thinking to myself, I have on a shirt, like a button-up shirt, and I'm just sitting on stacks. I'm just kidding. That was very cringe. But I'm from the hood, so my inner hood came out. I'm from the block. And I'm just like, come on, man, stop showing off your money. Just get your ticket and get out of the way. There's people trying to get to places. And I had a lot of money for myself. But I liked that nobody knew that except for me. But then when the pocket watchers in my Discord server attacked me, that was where it all went downhill. There was a group of people that had my wallets pinned to their desk. There was a group of people that had my wallets pinned to their dashboard. And I didn't like that. So I like when, now I have nothing, so it doesn't matter, but I like when nobody knows what you're doing. It's better that way. So I'll probably never do a collab just because I don't care. I'm not here to help you guys. I'm here to collect ad revenue. That's why if I get this right, I can start talking about the Clarity Act. I actually thought about it today. I'm like, I think what I could do for my channel is I can read you guys the news for 30 minutes. And then if I get super chat requests, I can record the videos and make videos on a different YouTube channel. That's what I was thinking. That could be the place we go to. Where I read you guys the news, talk about Trump, talk about the inflation, talk about the rate hike, say it could go up, could go down. Dude, I watched this guy today. I wanted to give him a chance. And you know what he said? He said, we're making... The problem is a lot of people try and sound like they're smart, which is good to do, but you could tell when somebody's doing it. It's like every single word, he used every single trigger word. He said liquidity, confluence, and I just couldn't watch, but I forced myself to watch because he's like, oh, we're making higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, you know the deal. And I'm like, dude, there's not one higher low on here. So then I kept watching, and he just started naming different tools. And And then I clicked off when he said, this is my expectation. We go down, then up, or up, then down. And I clicked off. I just clicked off. I can't understand how I'm doing something wrong. This is my prediction. Down, then up, or up, then down. Thank you. Thank you. What about the FaceTiming? I haven't FaceTimed in months. I think I might drop the FaceTime. You see, I used to FaceTime because I got tired of getting catfished, but ever since I started FaceTiming, I FaceTime more and go out less. But I think it's just exhausting meeting somebody blindly. But I have to go on FaceTime because it's like everybody's catfishing, man. I have to, I don't know. No, you have to FaceTime. You have to FaceTime, man. My advice for the youngins in the chat, you have to FaceTime. Because there's a lot of traps out there. There's a lot of bear traps out there. FaceTime. Reading the news isn't a bad idea. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading the news next time, don't you worry. And then I think I'm gonna make macro charts for my YouTube members. Messed up your chance with Bethany. That's okay. I have no comment on Bethany. I wish her a happy and healthy marriage. What are we thinking? We're thinking sideways, then down. I'm thinking we take 66K. Everybody says, holy shit, and then we go to 40K. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. I'm not flip-flopping now. My prediction is up and then down. Way down. Way down. You could have gotten married, then could have gone to the casino. Bethany would have taken half my money in 5 years. You gotta understand, Mr. Meowisis, the people of my skin color are not like the people of your skin color. The people of my skin color will take everything you have. They'll take your car, your house, your savings, and then they take the kids, and they leave you with nothing. The people of your skin color are very loyal. Habibi. That's why I gotta move. Nah, I can't move overseas. I'll end up in a... Oh, I can't say that. Never mind. Habibi. I gotta start saying Habibi. Tango Saka. You guys know what that's from? Tango Saka. Alright, next topic. Next topic. This is how you know we don't know what to say when we start talking rubbish. My voice is good for a podcast. Yeah, the reality is, though, I'm over the hill. You know, I'm at the age where you really shouldn't be on the internet anymore unless you really, really make a lot of money. And I really don't. So I kind of want to get off the internet, but I can't because I have to solve this equation, which is what I said in 2024, but then I got greedy, so now I'm trapped. This time I'm not going to get greedy. So it would be it would be cool to have a podcast, but I don't really feel like starting from the ground up, you know? It's tough starting from scratch. It's really annoying. Matthew Dropko for 49 months says not that most care, but 12 years sober today. I appreciate the sub, Matthew Dropko. Congratulations, man. Don't say that we don't care. You know why? Because you don't know if people are resonating with that. Me personally, I never grew to like alcohol. I found it disgusting from day one. I think it tastes like ink. I think it tastes like ink from a marker, and it's disgusting. So I never drank. So I never got into it. But I know how damaging it is. It destroys families, it destroys bodies, it takes lives. And sometimes people don't experience any of that and they just live a happy life getting drunk. It's different for everybody. But removing something that could be toxic to your life is always a good process or a good step to take, is what I meant to say. So that's a good, man. We're happy for you. You got to keep it that way forever. I've been trying to cut out a lot of stuff too. I appreciate the sub. You've been here for 5 years now, almost 49 months. Oh, I guess you gotta wait another year. Yeah, I watched you guys grow up, man. We've been here for 5 years. I can't believe it's been that long already. It's too bad we never had a meetup. Maybe you guys can go to Disney World with Mr. Meowisis. Oh, Mr. Meowisis says he sent me a PayPal. Let me check. Mr. Meow says he sent me a PayPal. I love me some PayPal. How do I get rid of this? Should be right here. Mr. Meowisis says he sent me a PayPal. I hope it's $4,500 for my driveway. Mr. Meowisis says he sent me a PayPal. Yes, he did. I appreciate the 10. Do I read your message out loud or no? Do I read your message out loud? I appreciate the 10 from Mr. Meowisis. Every time he sends us money, we got to shout him out. Let's see if he uploaded any new content. Mr. Meowisis says, I just X'd it out. I forget what he said exactly, but he said, Habibi, Inshallah, 1000x. Something along the lines of that. So I have a question, Mr. Meowisis. Does Amanda partake in your Inshallah, or is she a follower of the bread man? Gingerbread man. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, let's look up. Let's see if Mr. Meowisis is still grinding. Oh, let's see if Mr. Meowisis is... No, he's slacking, man. See, this is the problem. I have the same issue in life. When you start making a little bit of progress, you just take your foot off the gas. Dude, this guy was getting a bunch of views, and now he just took a break 2 weeks ago. If you guys want to check out Meowisis TCG, Premium Duelist, he's the #1 duelist in the country. He is the #1 duelist in the country. Whoa, he's got actual cards. Oh, he took my advice, my not financial advice. Oh, I got a wallet on the table. This guy's playing Is that an anime character on the back of the card? See, they actually have high layered cards on the, or high star cards on the field. And I end my turn. Go check out Mr. Meowsis. Just let the video play in the background. Wow, look at that. Whoa. Now I feel like a kid again. Whoa, he's got all the cool cards. Dude, look at him go. See, back in my day, you couldn't do this. Oh, look at him. He's stopping you. You're not allowed to do that. Give me that. Where's the winged dragon of Ra? Where's my winged dragon of Ra? I don't see it. I got clickbaited. Well done. Well done. I got farmed. Not even here. Oh, I got farmed. Well done. People line up at 1 a.m. and camp out to make. That's a good one. That's a good one. Because that's funny. I tried selling all my cards, dude. I remember I went to a card shop last year with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the guy told me that we don't want them. And I said, seriously? And I remember I had a Vaporeon, and he offered me $5. No, he offered me $2, and he gave me 5 for like 500 cards. He called it bulk. He said, "I'll give you $5." I said, "All right, fine." And he gave me a $5 bill. I got ripped off. What's going on with Dogecoin? It's probably going to 5 cents, man. But I appreciate the 10 from Mr. Meowsis. It helps out a lot. You didn't answer my question. Does Amanda partake in your inshallah, or does she not? Not that it's my business. I'm just curious. Yeah, I don't know. After Amanda said that thing about the driveway, she kind of went down in my book. She said, I said you can't get the car, so she gets the driveway. That kind of made me like bitter towards her. That was very rude. I'm thinking about the wellness of her and her cats and her beautiful husband, and she has the nerve to say too bad. How dare she? How dare you? How dare you? All right, what's new? Back to reality. I don't know what else to tell you guys, honestly. I really don't. I don't know what else to tell you all. We went over everything. We went over everything, man. I wish I had more information for you guys. This is why it's good to talk about the Clarity Act, because then I could just keep telling you we have to wait for the Clarity Act. Yeah, what if we're right here, though? What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Spike up into the net. into the last week of August and then straight down. I don't think you're prepared for that. We don't partake in any religious group. I was born Muslim, but I actually got baptized as Christian. I thank God, and that is really personal and it's different for everyone. Oh yeah, no, of course. I'm not trying to get religious. I don't even talk about religion. I was just curious about Amanda. Get her, we're in the car driving. You got me on speakerphone? Yo, Amanda, dog. Amanda Show. You've heard of the Amanda Show. Me and you come from the same cloth. Only you had avocado toast and I had egg bagels. What are you doing spending my friend's $4,500 on a driveway? Do you know that this guy has some of the best calls on YouTube? He could easily turn that 4,500 into 20,000. Then you could have had a driveway and a Mustang. And you could have bought a cat house that has a scratching pad on the side so he doesn't claw up the new couches that you're going to want to get. But you need everything now. You need everything today. I was the same way back in the day. I need it today. I need it now. But there's something about waiting for the right time that makes it special, and I don't think now was the right time to get a driveway. So I hereby sentence you to no avocado toast for a month to save money on our new driveway. I think you have to sleep outside with the cats until we recoup the money for the driveway. You should not, you gotta sleep on the driveway. Sleep on the driveway in the litter box. Uh, 4,200. Holy shit. What's wrong with the driveway that you already have? Wait, I got a question. If you're driving, then how are you typing in the chat? Oh, don't tell me she's driving. Oh, if she's driving, then she wears the pants, man. I have to back off. Is she driving? How are you typing in the chat? Oh no, don't tell me Mr. Meowisis is the passenger. I don't have a car? Oh man, you set me up. You can't go in someone else's car and then have them bashed on their own radio. Oh, you broke the code. That's called freeloading. Oh man. It's her car. I sold mine. Why doesn't she sell her car? Why do you have to sell your car? So not only did you sell your car, but you're spending your money on the driveway. Come on, Amanda. Now I'm switching teams again. So not only did you so first of all, you forced him to sell his house and move to Florida. Then you forced him to sell his car. Now you're making him go back and forth. You're making this poor guy go from Florida to California, back to Florida by himself, mind you. While you're sleeping in a nice warm bed, he's going back and forth, back and forth. Oh man. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. What did he say? Alhamdulillah. Habibi. Come on, Amanda. You're better than that. Our ancestors are not happy with that. Me and you are from the same team, so I can speak on your behalf. I used to have blonde eyebrows as a kid, so we're both blonde. Oh, I broke my rubber band. Everybody would say, where are your eyebrows? I would say, they're right here. She says she has to move in with her brother and his wife who has a baby. Well, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm not an expert, but didn't you guys sign a contract that says till death do us part? So it says death do us part, not moving. She's supposed to move everywhere you move. From the Habibi culture, but she's from California. They don't do things like that in California. Habibi, she has to move in with her brother. Have you met this brother? Are you sure it's not Tyrone? We need to see the brother in person. I want a blood test. Oh man, this is how it starts. Then her brother has a friend over. Who's this? Oh, this is Janice. Janice has a friend named Tyrone. Oh man. Oh no. This is how it starts. And then the phone rings. Your call has been forwarded. That's okay. Oh no. My little Habibi. That's how it starts. Habibi. She's going to get him really liking a road life. He's going to get his CDL and start driving truck for a living. Nah, I think they're doing fine. Whatever they do now. I think Amanda makes avocado toast reviews on TikTok, and then Mr. Meow just gambles it all away. That's all right. Is Amanda from California or is she from down south, the Texas? She a California girl? California girls were undeniable. This is how you know I'm out of stuff to talk about. We're literally antagonizing a woman that we don't even know or know what she looks like. I remember the very first time I saw her, I felt like she might have married the wrong guy, but now I don't remember what she looks like, so I don't feel that way anymore. No, I'm just kidding. But I do remember when we saw her for the first time, me and someone else were like, whoa, who's that? But now I can't remember what she looks like. Once you hit a certain age, they all look the same. Blonde hair, 5'6". She's from Huntington Beach. I don't know what that is. That's the rich people in California. This guy says, is Amanda dancing on TikTok? No, Amanda doesn't dance on TikTok. She does avocado toast reviews. Now, we can't have any Amanda slander. She's a good sport. She handles it well. I think Mr. Meowsis is a lucky gentleman. And Amanda's a lucky girl. Mr. Meowsis is a handsome young man. He's very kind. Those poor cats probably get abused every day. They keep them outside in the rain. All right, this is the most important question I'm gonna ask you, okay? This is gonna determine who actually is the right. This is gonna decide who gets to decide on the driveway, okay? This is a very important question. Who changes the litter box? Whoever changes the litter box gets to decide on the driveway. Did he meet her at a Pokemon convention? No, I remember how they met. I just don't know if I'm allowed to share. I was there. I was lurking in the background. 52% said the bottom is not in. All right, so 31% says not sure but bullish. I claim and change the litter box, but we have a robot litter box, so it's automatic. Dude, this dude doesn't even take, this guy doesn't, I know it's a girl, but you're telling me, so let me get this straight, okay? Let me get this straight. Not only did Amanda make you sell your house and move, she made you sell your car. Now she's taking all of our money for the driveway. And she doesn't even change the litter box. Amanda, it's not looking good here. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Anything? Was there one redeeming quality? And she has a quote unquote brother who we don't know is confirmed. I don't know, Amanda. You're losing points here. I'm sorry. This is not good. This is not good. She doesn't even change the litter box. Does she make you put the seat down? Nah, that's too far. Does she yell at you if you forget to put the seat down? Why is the seat up? Oh man, I can't believe we're having, this is how bad it is. I'm not even losing viewers either. People are entertained by this. I'm literally live streaming a chart that's not moving and I haven't lost any viewers. I guess this is our next episode of Jerry Springer. I'm out of stuff to tell you guys, unfortunately. You know, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. We wish you the best on your journey. Is Amanda indicator bullish or bearish? Well, the first time we saw Amanda, it was the only time we ever saw Amanda. I can't remember if it was in February or March. I can't remember. If it was February, Amanda's bearish. If it was March, then Amanda could be bullish. I don't know. It was one or the other. But now you can't show Amanda. I don't think you should show this internet to Amanda because there's a lot of weirdos out there. I mean, I'm a weirdo too, but I don't even remember what she looks like. They all look the same to me when I'm doom scrolling on Instagram. Are we cutting the stream starting Saturday? I don't know. I got sunburn on the top of my head even though it was cloudy. So I'm kind of upset. I can't go outside. And I have a white stripe on my head because I was wearing headphones. So now my head is pink, but I have a white line on it. So I don't know if the streams are gonna end because if I don't stream and I can't go outside, then what do I do? Just stare at the wall? She vlogs and does a bunch of posts. Oh yeah, that's true. Have you ever looked through her Instagram messages? You might find Matthew Dropco in there. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, she actually has millions of followers? Okay. Maybe you're withholding information from us. Maybe she's the breadwinner. Okay, Amanda. No, you know how you, okay, this is the $1,000,000 question. This is the $1,000,000 question. Amanda, I know you can hear me. The question that determines if you can get a driveway or not. Does she have her Instagram messages set to where you can only message her if she's following you, or does she accept messages from everybody? That is the #1 question. Because even I, a 40-year-old bald fat man, have my messages closed to where you can't message me unless I follow you. So that's the question. That's the question. There's only one right answer. I don't look through her messages. Well, I already corrected myself, so we're waiting for the real answer on this. Amanda shouldn't be able to be contacted. A 30, I'm assuming she's 30, plus minus 2 years. A 30-year-old fit blonde girl in California? I don't know. She better not have messages open, that's for sure. That's what you need to do, create an Amazon product. If we go down to 40K, the only thing I have to do is go to the buffet and start my food channel, and I'll be all right. This is it for me. If we go down to 40K by October, I get to resurrect my food channel. I could stop being on the internet. If we don't, then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Not gonna be pretty. They didn't answer me after I asked the messages. Maybe they're getting into an argument. Yeah, but now if we ever do a meetup, she's not gonna like me. That's okay. We'll never do a meetup anyway, because I'm trapped here forever. I thank you all for listening to this garbage that we're streaming. There's nothing left for me to say. We kind of went over everything. I will admit it definitely went on a little longer than I expected, the Amanda interrogation. So I apologize for boring some people if you don't like it, but you guys got to understand my perspective. She's making Mr. Meow spend 5 grand on a driveway. That's 5 less grand that I get from my PayPal. So Amanda is directly taking money out of my pocket. So me and Amanda are no longer friends. This is a business. And she's taking one of my best clients. Yeah, I guess they got out of the car. They're not answering anymore. Or maybe they got into a fight because the DMs are open. If the DMs are open, then Tyrone can get in there. We don't like Tyrone. Tyrone is the biggest threat. Amanda's a prime target. Tyrone. No, I'm actually genuinely curious. Oh, you got to the gym? Oh, she's not even on speaker anymore. All right, I wish you a happy and healthy marriage. I'm sure Amanda's a very sweet girl. You're a smart man, so you would pick the right one. Habibi. I wish you all the best. Back to reality. Yeah, I saw Crypto Face at the bottom is in. I don't even know who that is. I just know the name. But a lot of people think the bottom is in. It's not. Everybody, I gotta stop saying everybody. A lot of people say, oh, everyone says that the end of the year is the bottom. Man, there's a decent amount of people that say the bottom is in already. I think the most amount of people think the bottom is probably between 45 and 50,000. I definitely think from my research that I've done, the minority think we're coming down here. It doesn't really look reasonable, so I understand. And even I'm starting to guess, like, man, we got to start moving down soon. I can't sit here saying 40K forever. We got to start moving down soon. So I think, I really do think by next, when's the new moon? On the 12th? Yeah, starting August 12th, we kind of got to start moving down. Now, I also have to respect that in 2018, it took 1 to 3 days to go back down. We went up all of August, and then it took 4 days to go back down. So obviously, if we did that, then we know it's bearish too. I would like to think we know it's bearish now because the 5-day stock RSI is going up and we're not moving. To me, that's bearish, which is why I do love, I admit, I don't really love anything in life, but I do love that we're getting a 5-day overbought stock RSI as we're going into the Moon Boy event. I do love that, but I would love to see it come right back down. Remix video says, I've been listening to your show on my husband's phone, laughing my ass off. So I thought I'd drop by. Is that Amanda's burner account? Somebody else's wife is in the chat. Somebody come get your wife. She's making a move. This is what I tried to warn you about, Mr. Mouses. That's how it starts. First you make them laugh, and then you get their number, and then it's all Tyrone from there. Before it's your last stream this year, you should do a quick recap. No, it's not going to be my last live stream of the year. I don't think the bottom is at the end of the year. I think the bottom is in November or October. If this all goes well, we're going to do what I always wanted to do. Because we have a totally different perspective on the market and life. The biggest thing I learned over the last 10 years is life goes by fast, but it doesn't have to. Stop rushing everything. Slow down. Everything has to be done today. Like Amanda wants a driveway now. She can't get it in 3 months or 5 months. She has to get it now. We want everything now. I have to do it now. Which is a good attitude to have sometimes, but don't let life pass you by. That's what I learned. So if we really go down to 40K, we're going to be able to stream a lot and really unbuckle everything we talked about over the last 10 years. Think about Subway. When Subway is only 21, man. When he found me, he was 18. That's a lot of time for him. It's my wife, Crypto Prince. I've been listening to your show on my husband's phone. How do I know that's your husband? Yeah, I think marriage is a beautiful thing if you can get it. But for me, it's just like, I just know one day I'm going to wake up and I'm just going to get hit with a piece of paper. You just lost half of your money. Fuck. You know? Not only do you lose all your money and the love of your life. You ever hear of Alan? What was his name? Alan Harper. Yeah, I'm gonna be Alan Harper. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really don't. I'm out of stuff to say. I wish I could give you a more informative stream, but there's nothing happening. I don't know what to tell you. You still have yourself? Oh no, I'm not sad or miserable at all. It doesn't bother me one bit. I think when I'm older, like in my, well, assuming I live that long, if I'm like 50 or 60 and I don't have kids, I probably will be sad. But, you know, if I pull this money shit off, I could always just move somewhere. You know, they have different laws in different places. Not laws, but like if I go, maybe I go to Colombia and they see a 50-year-old bald man. Hey, papi, ¿tú quieres un bebé, papi? Sí, bonita chica. Necesito bebés, por favor. Oh, papi guapo. Ah, sí. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I can't even take care of a goldfish right now. If I bought a goldfish, he'd be dead in 3 days. Feed me, damn it. I can't. I'm watching my coins go to zero. Many people focus on adding years to their life. But forget to add life to their years. Yeah. I came up with a philosophical quote yesterday. I'm trying to remember it so I don't butcher it. What did I say? Yeah, I don't even remember what it was. I'm not even going to share it with you. Make her sign a prenup. It's not about the prenup. You're missing the point. Just imagine you're in love, the one of the most powerful emotions, and you have everything you want. You love her. She's going to be the mother of your children. You finally found that happiness. And then, bam! One missed call from Tyrone. Oh, no. I don't think I'd be able to handle it, honestly. I don't. So I'm not even going to bother. One missed call from Tyrone. I said, who's this? Oh, that's my mechanic. He changes my oil. But I took your car to the mechanic 2 weeks ago. His name was Brian. Oh, this is Tyrone. He's the clerk. He's the guy that actually does the changes, not the guy that takes the order. And then you lose half your shit. So not only do you lose your heart, you also lose your money. And I learned over the last 2 years that, man, you can't always come back from everything. Some battles you can't come back from. This battle that I just undergone over the last 2 years is still a fighting battle, but if I win this battle, I win the war and I'm back. I don't think I could go through that ever again, especially at my age. Imagine being 10 years older. Like if you're 40, 40 is not even old, but dude, if you're 40 and you lose everything, of course, physically, or I guess metaphorically, you could come back from that, but some people can't. Like you sometimes your brain and your heart just can't take it. It's like I can't come back from this. And I don't know if I can go through that. Being in love with a woman, giving her everything I have, and then she just says I changed my mind, and then I automatically lose everything. Like, dude, what? I'd rather just not even. Now, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy your company, but you just, that's what it is with this new generation. Start swiping, have your fun, and that's all you can do. So whoever's married, I don't envy them. I definitely don't, but I think there's a beauty in that. It's just it's not for everyone. But a lot of the older generation had something that I don't think is as common today, especially with Instagram, where every person has access, you know. I've been married for 25 years. Yeah, I mean, that gives it away right there. 25 years ago, it was a much different time. My husband is my soulmate. I hooked on him. He is all I need and my want and only love. Yeah, see, that's like, oh, that's when the crowd goes, oh. It's not for everyone. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just it's not everybody captures it. It's like a Pokemon. They're just all the same. They're designed to fall out of happiness and not change their minds. I don't think everyone is like that. I don't think you can necessarily blame a person. It's just I also think, and I'm not an expert, but I also think once you pass a certain age, it's like I can't really explain it without being rude, but it's not really rude because it applies to both genders. It's not one person's fault. But once you pass a certain age, it's like, why are you not married? That's the reality. And I'm at that age right now where it's like, why are you not married? It's like, I don't know. But I've made peace that I'm probably not going to get married. But it's a me problem. I think when I was younger, I wanted to get married and have kids, but you always want to play in the game, and then once you get in the game, it's like, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was. I thought I was going to be shooting threes. Now I realize everybody gets to touch the ball, and I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm just I gotta share the ball. Uh, But we're taking a detour on this stream. Let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track. Getting off topic. Yeah, I actually thought the same exact thing. I think it's because we're at that point now where we've all been here for so long. It's like, man, we kind of got to be right here. I really did check everything. And I think I'm starting to reflect on my life now because I'm starting to get to that age where I kind of have to be right here. And I'm just reflecting on my life choices. And I would really argue the next 10 years of my life kind of do rely on what happens in the next 3 months. Now, maybe that's a bad thing for me letting it get to that point, but we're there. This is where we are. So you're just trolling? How am I trolling? I met my husband when he was 8. He was on the same field trip. Yeah, see, I already knew that, but I didn't want to say it. You guys met each other when you're young. That's the reality. When you find someone when you're young, it's a lot different. That's why when you said 25 years ago, I already knew. that you found each other when you were young. And it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. No, you guys don't get that reference. This feels like year and a half when everybody was talking bad things about girls. No, I'm not saying anything bad about girls. That's not what I said at all. I'm not even going to entertain that. It takes two to tango. I'm not saying I'm perfect either. I'm just some things just aren't going to happen. I don't think it's necessarily the universe or fate. I think it's just a culmination of your actions and you have to live with the outcome. And a lot of people make actions and they don't want to accept the reality of their actions. And at some point, your actions come back to haunt you. And I'm at that age now where that's what's happening to everybody my age. Your actions come back to haunt you. Now, some people don't care and some people do. That's why it's different for everybody. Oh, look, the guy came back. You know how you know it's the same guy? Because he doesn't speak English. The troll that's been trolling me for years, you know it's him because his English is busted. He's from a foreign country. I can't believe I got 100 viewers talking about marriage. I guess we're all in the same boat, aren't we? You know what I find interesting? That guy Sonny, dude, that guy's got a wife and kids and he's talking all this nonsense in the chat. I hope she doesn't find out, man. I hope that's not your real name, Sonny Sign. Colombia. Nah, Colombia's too dangerous. I should get paid to each YouTube I watch. Should I run an ad? Should I run an ad for that? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to make tomorrow the last day or what? What's the plan here? We've got a new moon a week from today, and we've got an overbought stock RSI. What are we thinking? Oh, I found something we should look at. What's the average time it takes to go from overbought to oversold in the bear market? That's a good. All right, no more marriage talk. If you're married, congratulations. If you're not, get fucked. It takes 45 days to go from overbought to oversold. This one took this one took 100 days. Very long. This one took 40 days. Wow. This one took 20 days. So we're looking at 20 to 40 days. Yeah, that comes up more than once. This one was 25 days. This one was 60 days. Okay, so if we hit overbought on Saturday and we measure out 70 days, that's October 23rd. So according to the bear market history, this really should be the last rally. There's no more time left. So if the mega bears are going to be right and we're down here at 40,000, this should be the last rally. God help me if this works. You guys don't understand. Oh man, this is a big moment for life. Keep streaming until the Clarity Act is passed. If it's the last day, do it on a Saturday. It's not the last day of the year. $107 bogeys in the chat, $50 PayPal. You're saying you send me $50 on PayPal? I saw it, I just didn't think anything of it. Let's see. Did he? Whoa! Oh, it's the other guy. Wait a minute. This guy sent $50 and he didn't even say anything. He said many people focus on... Yeah, see, I can see what people write. Oh, you did? I sent you 50 on PayPal, bruv. Yeah, he did. Wow, Big Chris in the chat sending the 50 bomb. See, that's a lot of money, man, because that $50 I get to keep. If you send me $50 on YouTube, YouTube takes 20 and then the government takes 10. That $50 I keep. Motherfucker. You motherfucker. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the 10 from Mr. Meowises too. Chris didn't even send a message. He just said received $50. Dude, my gas is empty too, man. I appreciate that. I get bent over at the gas station, which I'm sure most of you do. Dude, shout out to Big Chris. Man, I appreciate that a lot. I really do. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, my good friend. Chris is keeping the lights on? Yeah, Chris is keeping the lights on. My man. Let's go. Big Chris and Big Meow. Big cat. Big cat. I feel bad for people in the dating game. Not many quality women out there, I heard. I mean, listen, you can't blame it on one gender. It's both genders. People don't want to take accountability. It is what it is. I wouldn't say that. I definitely think there's a lot of quality people out there. They're just hard to find. I'm not saying that I'm a quality person. I'm just saying. So we'll end it on that. We don't need to talk about marriage anymore. If you're married, congratulations. We wish you the healthiest of marriages. If you're not married and you don't want to be married, then that's fine too. I wish you a happy life. We have no reason to wish ill will on anybody because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, the truth is, it doesn't impact us. If I died tomorrow, you guys wouldn't care. You know, you might be sad for a little while, but at the end of the day, you never met me, so you don't really know who I am. So you might be like, oh, that sucks for like a week, and then it's like, all right, on to the next guy. So that's why we should just And I don't even believe in the fake positivity shit. Like, oh, I just don't care. Like, literally, I don't care if you do bad or good. So I would rather wish you to do good because suffering kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really impact each other. So you might as well just wish someone the best. You know? That's how I look at it. If you do good or you do bad, it doesn't impact me. So I just hope you do good. If you do good, great. Doesn't impact me. If you do bad, oh well. Yeah. Mr. Sid Vicious says, been watching you for a long time. I made 100K this year and just wanted to say thanks for the vids. So you wanted to say thanks, but didn't send any super chats. I gotcha. I see the game you're playing, my man. Do as I say, not as I do. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate the support, man. I didn't do anything, though. If you made money, it's on you. If you lost money, it's on you. But I appreciate the support. We got remix videos for 2, says my very first super chat. I appreciate the 2. It helps a lot in times of despair. It really does. I really do appreciate the support. I think we're getting close to the bear market bottom, and when the bear market bottom comes, the chat is going to get slashed in half. Half of you will not be here. I know you don't think that's the case, but it happens every time. So I appreciate all the support I can get. I thank you for the support. I think when someone has been watching you for so long, you become a part of their life to some extent. Yeah, that's what I thought about yesterday when I said I have to cut off the connection to my viewers. If I'm ever going to make it big on YouTube, I have to be a commercial guy and read the news and not even know who any of you are. But you guys have showed up every single day, and I would lose that connection. So I have to ask myself, is it worth it? I don't know. Do I want to throw away my connection with people I never met to try and get a bunch of money on YouTube? And I may even fail at it. That's why I sound like I'm going to try and do all this commercial stuff, but in reality, I'm probably not going to do anything. I'm probably just going to make the same content forever. I think my chance of being a YouTuber has passed. But it is true. If someone's a part of your life, even though we don't know each other, you guys do come here every single day. And it's like, I expect you to be here. So we are technically a part of each other's lives. But I was just saying in the big picture of life, like if I died, your life really wouldn't change. You would just be maybe disappointed for a week and then you'd move on. I sold $2 worth of SpaceX to Super Chat. I might have saved you $2 then. Aren't they unlocking all their coins today? Yeah, SpaceX is at oh my gosh, it's still at 1.5 trillion? Yeah, I'm not a TA guy, but I'm going to make a prediction here. This was the prediction we had a couple months ago. I'm going to make the prediction that it's going to go like this. I think it's going to do the shitcoin pattern. And then when the bull run starts, it'll come back to life. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's how it's looking. It looks like it's doing the Coinbase pattern, where Coinbase came out at the market top and then it just died. Like this. Same thing with Robinhood. That's what I think SpaceX is. I think SpaceX didn't mark the top because obviously we just made a new all-time high. But when these coins come out and then they start doing the rug pull, it lets you know that we're getting bearish. Because the same thing happened here. Robinhood came out in August, but the S&P wasn't bearish. It went up for another 6, 7 months, 5 months, sorry. But the fact that SpaceX is 1.5 trillion market cap, Is SpaceX in the S&P 500 if it's worth 1.5 trillion? Or am I not in the loop? Yeah, wait, let me actually look at that for a second. What are the top 500 companies by market cap? I didn't even think of that. Yeah, so these are the stocks in the S&P. Oh, SpaceX is number 10. Yeah, so oh wow, Tesla is number 11. Is Tesla bearish? Bearish? Oh, shit. Yeah, maybe we are going to go down after all. How did Samsung? Oh no, this is all companies, not just the S&P 500. I'm assuming SpaceX is in the S&P. Is it? But I appreciate the two. Yeah, SpaceX isn't even in here. What's going on here? Do they have to like submit an application to join? Oh, what's going on with Netflix? Did Netflix go up? Bounced. I gotta go now. All right, best of luck, Mr. Meowsis. I appreciate the 10, man. Tell Amanda she's a good sport. What happens when they raise rates? I don't think it matters. We were bullish in 2017 and bearish in 2018 and bullish in 2023. The rate hikes is just a psyop. SpaceX has to wait. I read that's today. I read today is the day the shares get unlocked. It's 50 days so far. Maybe that's not true. I also got it from Instagram though, so take it for what it is. I'm getting Instagram comments again in my feed, not on my posts, but like I'm getting stock posts, and everybody in the chat is saying, "Holy shit, we're bullish." Bears. Some guy said, "Gay Bears lose again." So I guess we're going straight up from here. Everybody's bullish. Man, if we really get this crash, though, you guys know, like, it's life-changing, right? Am I not seeing something? I understand there's this 50% coin in loss. I understand. At the bottom here, we went up when the stock RSI hit overbought. So this is bottom number 1. In 2018, when the stock RSI hit overbought. No, where's that guy? Is Vegeta's not here today? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Dude, I'm telling you, now I'm getting excited again. Everybody's telling me who's bullish, we go down and then up. When the 5-day stock RSI hit overbought, we went up. We didn't come back down. Yo, brother, I just got super bearish. Brother. If we don't go up by Friday, or not this Friday, if the Moonboy chart passes by and we're still down here, it's bearish. Dude, you want to hear some shit? I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess. I really don't know before I'm checking. I'm going to take a stab at it. I'm going to say there's probably a blue moon here somewhere. Drum roll, please. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Drum roll, please. Bang. You went full moon, new moon. Full moon, new moon. All right. We're going to 2018. If we get another new moon, this one's a little bit different. All right, chat. This is going to make me ultra bearish. If there's a blue moon right here or somewhere around here, drum roll, please. Bang! Right on the money, baby. Yes, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, you motherfucker. You rat bastard. Are you wearing a wire, you rat bastard? Dude, this is it, man. If we don't go up, it's now or never. It's now or never. I'm sorry. The bullish propaganda has to stop. There's people saying we're going to go down and then up. The 5-day stock RSI says no. It's time to go up. It's time to go up now. See how we were up here and then we went down? The 5-day stock RSI was down here. When it hit overbought, you didn't go down anymore. You went up. Our 5-day stock RSI is about to go up. It's about to hit overbought on Saturday. Yeah, no, I'm serious. This is it. What about the first bear market? Five-day stock RSI hit overbought. We didn't go up. We went down. Then we went up. Then we went down. Yeah, but I don't know. Can you say this is bullish if it came all the way back down to the low? Do you understand the problem with this? Let me give you some heat. Can anyone in the class tell me the problem with this? Can anybody tell me the problem with this? This is an SAT question. This is not a standard state test. The S&P 500 was going sideways in this time frame. We're not going sideways. We're going vertical. Just as we were going vertical in 2024, or I guess I would really say 2018. I wouldn't say we're going vertical in 2022, but we made a higher high. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm giving it until next Thursday. If we don't go up by next Thursday, I'm turning back into the biggest bear on YouTube. I think it's time. The missing piece, in my opinion, is the short-term hold to realized price. It's the missing piece of the puzzle. This is an undeniable statement. In every bear market, you hit the short-term hold to realized price before you went down to the bottom. It happened here. It happened in 2018. And it happened in 2014. I can't say it's guaranteed. It has happened every time. We're literally right there. Especially with the fact that the 5-day stock RSI is also hitting that spot. Right where we tagged it here. I'm marking the 5-day stock RSI hitting overbought. And I'm going to change it back to the daily time frame. This is it, man. It's now or never. I think it's about to happen. I think we get a spike up to 65, 66, 67. Maybe we float around for a couple of days and then they pull the rug. Because if I go back, this is my secret Moonboy chart that I do not share. I just made it. Well, I actually made it on the stream. But then I redid it for myself. I'm so nervous to mess it up that I actually lock it before I click on it. But if you actually look, in 2024, we had our Moonboy event and then we collapsed by 21%. In 2023, we had our Moonboy event and then we collapsed by 20%. In 2021, we had our Moonboy event and then we collapsed by 27%. In 2020, we went straight up. This is why we're at that time. The Moonboy event passing, if we're bullish, we're going to go higher. 2019, the Moonboy event passed, and we collapsed by 25%. Dude, this is it, man. There's no more there's no more data. This is it, guys. The two ladies. And then on top of that, what I have is this blue line. I already have. Wait a minute. Oh, you gotta be. Oh no, it's still here. Okay. I was gonna be pissed. Dude, I sat here for like an hour making everything color coded. This blue line represents 308 days from the peak. It just happens to be right on top of our orange line. And if it's going to repeat history, if we look back in time, where are the blue lines? We go 308 days from the peak is right here. 308 days from the peak in 2018 is right here. And you know what's fascinating to me? You can't see it in 2014, but here it is again from the peak to the blue line. In every bear market, the blue line is the black candle. Black candle here, and then we went down to the white. This one, you had a black candle here. The next candle was white. We went down to the white. Right now, the candle actually turned back to blue. We had a black candle last week. So the market is actually telling us that the market is more bullish this week than last week. Which means if the following week, which is this candle, is black, then I'm going to assume when we get down to this green arrow, it's going to be white. The bottom was white here. The bottom was white here. And the bottom was, I don't know what color in 20. It doesn't tell me. I'm going to assume it was white. And the reality is, if you actually look at how much lower we have to go to make the candle white, look at how far down it is. We actually need a major capitulation here, folks. That's what Gareth Soloway says, folks. We need I'm going to start saying, folks. We need a major capitulation here, folks. And the beautiful thing about this is, like I said the other day, a lot of the moon boys are saying the RSI has a bullish divergence. This doesn't. It tops out in the same spot, and it bottoms out in the same spot. Every market cycle, bottom, bottom, bottom. We're not down there yet. Yeah. Poppy, I don't want to save this, so I got to click off without saving. Do I want to save? Don't save. Okay. I really think this is it. I could be wrong, and I'm not telling you to listen to me, but may the Lord have mercy on my soul. I think this is the last pump. And if it is, I get a second chance, I think. I don't know. We get a second chance. Life is very unforgiving sometimes. You just have to make a decision, and sometimes you get it wrong and you can't fix it. But if we get this right, I checked everything. I swear to you, I checked almost everything. I understand the coins and loss. We already looked at this. Oh, you guys aren't channel members. Yeah, I don't shill my channel membership thing, so you don't have to look at it. But if you are a member and you didn't see it, I actually went over why I don't think this is going to play out. I'll briefly run through it now. In each of these bottoms, the long-term holder realized price was above the Bitcoin price. The only time it wasn't was 2014, and we went down for another low. Yeah, I really recommend checking that out. Not financial advice. In every single bear market bottom, you had the same amount of coins and loss, around 50%, but you were also below the realized price. The only time you weren't with the same amount of coins and loss was right here, and you went down again. I think we're getting ready to go down again. Yeah, I'm back to being bearish. I'm back to being bursh. I looked at it. I'm telling you, I looked at everything. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not telling you I'm going to be right. I cannot stress that enough. God help me if I'm wrong. But if I'm right, and we're about to go like this, I may become Christian again. May be born again. I gotta go. I'll be listening from my husband's phone. I appreciate the support. I wish you a happy and healthy marriage. Thank you for the 2 folks. I'm really gonna start saying folks. Shout out to Gareth Soloway and Ron Walker. The folks are Bursch. The folks are bullish. The indicators. You guys want to watch Uncle Ron? Yeah, we got to start ending the stream watching Uncle Ron. Did he make a new video for us today? No, he didn't. No, he didn't upload yesterday. We already watched it. Back to Bursch. Man, if we get this right. Oh, man, if we get this right. Sweet corn and baby carrots. This is it. My signals turn back to Bursch. Back to Bursch. Right? We looked at everything. We talked about Doge. We said if Doge goes sideways. Okay, we did a lot of bullshit today. But I think we finished strong. We definitely had a rubbish on stream, but it doesn't matter because Chris sent me $50 on PayPal and Mr. Meowsis sent me $10. And then I got the 2 from Remix and I got the 2 from somebody else too. Venom or somebody, Viewer 3000. So I made, what did I make today? $65 plus the ad revenue from the stream. That's not too shabby. It's enough. Keep the lights on. We got to finish the stream strong. We talked about this exact scenario. We said, listen, if Doge does nothing, we know it's bearish. We know it's Bursch. And look at what Doge is doing. Nothing. Making lower lows. This is the exact chart that occurred in January. I wouldn't say it occurred in February. I would say it's more Bursch now. Because you're making lower lows. Caspa is doing the same thing. I know a lot of people like to shill Caspa. We already had this drawn. Caspa's doing nothing. Bursch. These are key shitcoins, man. When the shitcoins do nothing, it lets you know the rally's fake. Back to Bursch. We see XCN's making a lower low. Your homework is going to be... Oh, Jasmine's making a lower low. Your homework is going to be watching Luna Classic. If Luna Classic starts to collapse... Oh, wait. Back to Bursch. You can see every time Luna Classic hits this trend line, we bounce. Now, I'm not saying that Luna Classic is dictating the market, but Luna Classic is a very fragile young lady, and she needs to be taken care of, which means if the environment is not safe for her, she's going to run away. And if she breaks the trend line and she runs away, then Bitcoin is going to chase after her. Which is why ever since the December of 2024, she's been running away. Back to Bursch. Yeah, it happened in 2022 as well, man. Look at this dude. Back to Bursch. This is it. If Luna Classic breaks down, it's over. So your homework is to watch Luna Classic. Lunk USDT. LUNC USDT. Not financial advice. Every time she comes to the trend line, we bounce. It happened in November. It happened in February. We're there right now. It happened again in April. We're there right now. The signals turn back to bearish. Telcoin is going down. I'm not going to say we're bearish because of Telcoin, but I don't think it's bullish because Telcoin is going lower. We got the 5-day stock RSI on Saturday. I don't know. I thought we were spitting some heat before. What do you guys think? I think we started the stream slow with the marriage counseling, but then we started spitting heat. Look at the bear market bottoms. The 5-day stock RSI goes from oversold to overbought. There's no pullback. You get the pullback before. Did you hear what I just said? You get the pullback before the stock RSI hits overbought. So the people saying pullback then up, in 2022, you had the pullback then up. Stock RSI was below 50. In 2018, you had the pullback then up. The 5-day stock RSI was below 50. The FICO scores were below 550. Right now, we're projected to get an overbought stock RSI by Friday, which means we already had the pullback. This is it right now. You're in it already. Subprime shit with FICO scores below 550. That means by Friday, if we hit overbought and we're still not moving, I have to start preparing for detonation. I have to prepare for detonation. We abort mission. Mighty Man is in the house. Yo, is that Daniel? No. Guys, it's Daniel. Is that my Daniel? My little Daniel. You're 26 years old now. Wow, you're getting old, man. Pretty soon you're going to get fat. Is that Daniel? You guys don't even know who Daniel is, man. Daniel. Is that my Daniel or is that somebody else? Is that Daniel the artist? Daniel, do you paint or is that somebody else? How hope you've been doing good? I can't say that I've been doing good, but damn, Daniel. It knows the most mental pain it can inflict right now is to go sideways without detonation. Yeah, but my friend, I was spitting heat in the beginning of the stream. If you don't know what this is, you're going to have to look it up. But this is telling us that we're not going to go sideways for much longer. Sideways is max pain. That is true. But we've only gone sideways more than we have right now for 9 days out of the last 365 days. There's a rough estimate, of course. 3% of the time, we are less volatile, and 3% of 365. Maybe my math is wrong. I haven't been to school in like 12 years, but 10% of 365 is 36. So 5% would be 18. Yeah, maybe my math is wrong. 10% is 36.5. 5% is 18.25. So 2.5% is 9. No, I'm pretty damn, Daniel, I'm pretty close. 9 days, yeah. It's like 9.5 days. We've been less volatile 9.5 days out of the last 365 days. You cannot stay here forever. And I remember in February, it was at 85%. That's where it's from. Or maybe it was 80%. I can't guarantee that's where it's from, but I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact we were in the 80s in February. So we're not going to sit here forever. The Bollinger Band percentile is saying the same thing. We're getting ready to move. This is it. This is it, baby. You guys want to take a guess at when the IV hit 85%? It was right here. Could it have been this Technically, yes, because I don't know. But it's one or the other. The two go hand in hand. We can't do this for much longer. We could do it for another week or two, but that's not really that long in the big picture. Yo, what's going on with YouTube, man? Did they make an update? Now, when you guys type in the chat, it tells me that somebody typed an inappropriate message. Rick Barnes Angel says, go take a cold shower. And YouTube's holding it for review. He says, calm down, bro. You talking to me, bitch? I can go back. I can go back in time. You talking to me, bitch? Pepe's gonna be a winner? I was gonna accuse you. I don't know. This guy... No, I don't think this guy is the troll. He's talking about $6 gas, which means he lives in the US. So it's not him. Alright, we'll let him slide. So anyway, if you guys don't know who Daniel is exactly what I was talking about before. When somebody in the chat, I think it was Gumal, said that when you stream, you become part of people's lives. Daniel is now older than me than when I found Daniel. Daniel was a troubled young boy. He was one of the kids in class that misbehave and the teachers yell at him, but it's because the parents at home aren't taking care of him. I'm not saying that's his situation, but that's what he would be characterized as. That bad kid that just needs guidance. I believe he was 20 at the time. Or maybe, no, he was 21 or 20, I think. So I got to watch Daniel grow up. Well, I don't know if he grew up. Maybe he's the same. But he's 26 or 25 now, which means his brain is fully developed. So he should be making better decisions. Although I can't say that's true for everyone, but... Daniel was a young boy. You know who else was a young boy? Mixer. You guys don't even know who that is, but Mixer was the youngest. Oh, so anyway, the reason why Daniel's important, I actually thought about him before because Subway is now Daniel. But Subway's a good kid. Yeah, I guess I'm like the older brother to some of you. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, Subway reminds me of me. I hope he makes the right decision. I'm glad he left a shithole. Does this comment get flagged? Yeah, Rick Barnes got flagged twice. I have to hide that one. It's inappropriate. Yeah, that's interesting. When you guys say inappropriate shit, YouTube blocks it now. That was new. That wasn't always like that. Somebody say you're a bald bitch. Let me see if YouTube blocks it. Somebody say you're a bald bitch. The world has kicked my ass. Getting back into crypto is probably the most immature thing I've done in a while. Yeah, the world has kicked all of our asses, but you're so young. But I'm not gonna bullshit you. You're at the age where it starts to accelerate. Once you turn 25, you blink and you're 27, and you blink and you're 30, and you blink and you're 35, and you blink and then you're 50. When you're like 23, 22, it doesn't really move that fast. But now you're gonna start getting old quick, man. But you're still young enough to turn your life around. Nobody said, no, it didn't even come through. I didn't even get the message. Yeah, it's not working anymore. Is Rick Barnes like banned or something? How come his messages pop up? Don't pop up. Yeah, nobody typed it. I guess it didn't work. Now the chat's frozen. Chat's frozen now. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, my gambling website kicked me off. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. I wanted to play Baccarat. They said my jurisdiction is not allowed. That sucks. Yeah, if you guys are saying the bold comment, it's not popping up, so it doesn't work. Maybe it's only vulgar statements. What happened to the nurse or the Discord mod back in the day? Yeah, he was actually my first, he was actually my, he wasn't the first member. Somebody was before him, but he was like the number one, he was the oldest member forever. And then he deleted his channel like 2 or 3 months ago. I don't know what happened to him. He just vanished. Yeah, he was a good guy. I think I was too immature though when I met him. Because I was on the up and coming and he was only trying to help, and then I kind of let my ego get in the way. I wish I would have had less of an ego, but I probably will never speak to him again. I don't know what happened to him, but hopefully he's doing good. But yeah, he actually, that Discord server, one of the mods I made who was like friends with him and me, he actually kicked everybody out of the Discord server. And once you get kicked, or he banned everybody. Once you get banned, you can't come back unless you manually unban them. And I said to myself, I'm not unbanning all these people. It's impossible. So I had a second server, but then I realized that I don't want to be on the internet anymore, so I gave the server away under your guys' noses. I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that, but it's all right. Nobody cares. He probably got married and vanished. No, he was already married. He was a grown man. I mean, now I'm a grown man too, but I was a kid back then, and I was too immature. But he was a very smart guy. He was very knowledgeable about trading, and I was just a moon boy. But that's it happens. You live and you learn. Yo, he's in the chat. Yeah, see, his message got held for review. Some of the messages get held for review. Mixer, type in the chat. I'm happy you're here, man. Mixer, say hello. Say hello, everyone. Good evening. No, that's what you say. Good evening. See, so that's what I was talking about before. The guy in the chat, Mixer, he was 16 years old when he found me. Now, that's some Chris Hansen shit, but I never engaged in any activity, so I'm okay. I believe he should now be 21. Because 2021 he was 16, so now he's 21. Yeah, so he's old now. Now I can beat him up and not get arrested. Yeah, you guys can't see him in the chat because his message got blocked. But I get to see some of you guys grow up. Ron Walker says he has a favorite Moon Boy. Yeah, Rick Barnes is kind of trolling, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about Ron Barnes? He's kind of trolling a little bit. You guys think he's the Pepe troll? The reason why I got curious is because he said Pepe is going to be a winner, and the troll loves Pepe. I'm on to you. My intuition is very good. He is throwing me off because he sounds like he lives in America, and the Pepe guy lives in India or something. It's Larry. Yeah, it is it Larry? I don't know. Yeah, Mixer's not typing in the chat now. I guess he's shy. Boot him. The chat wants to boot Rick Barnes. He's not really trolling. He's just typing like brain rot, you know? He's not really trolling. He's just typing nonsense, which isn't really a bannable offense. He's not harassing people. I think that's what I would say. He's not necessarily harassing anyone, so I don't know if I can ban him. Yeah, we're about to get a big move. Man, if we get this right, I'm gonna have tears in my eyes. Please. What are the Moon Boys? Okay, so what are the Moon Boys saying? No more joking around. What are the Moon Boys saying? We're bullish because of the bullish divergence? Yeah, but Ron Walker made a good point. He said, why does it have to be the same? Why can't we go down and make another bullish divergence? I think I need to watch some Ron Walker to cleanse my soul. Oh, wait. Look, the RSI crossed the string. Yeah, we're getting close to the rally here. This is it. Look, 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 look. Breaking news. When we come up above the moving average, it's either bullish or bearish. March of 2022. I bet you on the lower time frames, it's already over. Yeah. No, we're definitely in the relief. Yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. If we don't go up now, we're not going up. The 5-day RSI is now over the string, which has triggered the relief rally. Yeah, but we've been over it. Yeah, no, this is it. This is it. This is it. I'm dead serious. This is it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Look. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Where's my stock RSI? Oh, I deleted it. I gotta stop deleting that shit. Annoying now. I feel like I set it to green like 4 times this week. Look, the 5-day stock RSI is doing... Oh my god, it's doing the same thing. Yeah, nah, this is it. This is it. This is it. What am I not seeing that the Moon Boys are seeing that we're bullish? Can anybody help me? What am I not seeing, man? This is bullish? Dead dog on the side of the road? We got Mixer for 250, says we will never forget the Bulkin 4 in the chart. I appreciate the 2, man. I don't know what a Bulkin is. The Bulkin dwarf? Bulkin. Oh, wait, Bulkin was the weekly, right? Yeah, I remember that. 4 Bulkin. Yeah, Mixer was the young prodigy. Those were the days, man. That was 4 years ago. I can't believe you still watch the channel, man. I remember you said I was your favorite YouTuber. Imagine me being someone's favorite YouTuber. The Bulkin. Wow, all the young lads are coming out today. We got Mixer, who's 21. We got Daniel. I believe Daniel is 26. Oh, his name is coming to me now. His actual name. It's at the tip of my tongue. It's not Janice. Oh, it's slipping my mind. It slipped my mind. I just had it. It slipped. His name's not Daniel. It's something else. A bit younger? That can't be possible. You were 21 in 2021. You have to be 26 or 25. I'm on the train right now. The Wi-Fi is so laggy. We go 300 kilometers an hour. At least the money went. Yeah, it went through twice. I don't know if that was intentional. But I can't believe you still watch, man. You guys know who inspired me to make my YouTube channel? No, well, this guy made me pull the trigger. When I saw this guy making videos, oh, I guess his channel got deleted. When I saw this guy making videos in 2021, I said I can do that. This was the guy that made me pull the trigger. See, I watched his video the other day. Let's see what he says. I think he's bullish.
Yes, Dogecoin is still in a bearish trend. However, this is a potential double bullish divergence. One, bullish signals, right? Bullish signals.
So he's bullish. Bullish.
We have a bullish hammer.
Everybody's bullish.
What is the absolute ultimate high?
Look at that shit.
Even
Look
this
at
in
this
itself
dude.
is just
Ultra bullish. This guy inspired me to make my channel.
Time frame to 10 cents.
But no, this was the guy that made me say I can do that. He made a video on Cosmos and I said I can do that. But the guy I actually base my channel from, like, he was the only guy in 2018 that was using the fib tool. Everybody was saying the bottom is in, we're getting accumulated. And he was saying that there's fibs everywhere and we should be going to 3,000. And that's why I use the fib tools. Because the guy that predicted 3,000, he was bearish up here when everyone else was bullish. The problem is when we got down here, then he said we have to go even lower. So I didn't buy in because I thought, yeah, man, maybe we're going lower. But then once I realized we were going up, I bought in, but I bought some bullshit ass coin. But he doesn't exist anymore. I think he got rich and just deleted all of his shit. I think he got rich and deleted all of his shit. You got it, 25. I mean, I wouldn't say 25 is a little bit younger than 26. 25 and 26 is the same thing. 21 and 22 and 20 are the same. 24, 25, 26 are the same. 27 and 28 are the same. 29 and 30 are the same. 31, 32, 33 is the same. And then once you get over 35, it's all it goes up by 5. So 35 and 37 are the same. 38 and 42 are the same. 42 and 46. And then once you get over 50, it's 50, 55. I mean, maybe not. Maybe 5 is too much. But remixing videos is better than uploading. Yeah, but I think if the community remixes stuff, I don't get any money from that. I don't know if you can remix my stuff, but I just found out about clips like recently. So maybe in the next bull market, I can just stream and then make videos from my live stream instead of having to make videos, you know? That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking, like, I read you guys the news. I read you guys about Trump. I know there's a lot of Trumpies in the chat. You're either a Trumpy or you're an anti-Trumpy, but you love talking about Trump. I read you guys some news about Trump. I read about the inflation. I read about the rate hikes. And then I give my opinion, and then I do altcoin analysis. And I can take the live stream and break it down into videos and just make it slop. It's going to be slop. And then the premium content that I actually take the time to do would be for the YouTube members. I think that could be the path I take. So for the public videos, I'll make videos about MSTR and Doge, reading you the news, telling you to the moon. But then the charts that we do now, I would make for the members. I think that could be a gig, I think. I need to check Bitcoin M2SL. I'll do it just for you, because you remind me of my youth. Mixer was a young boy. M2SL. Yeah, so we gotta go lower. I think I remember saying the same thing back here though. Don't you? Don't you remember we were saying something similar? Yeah. See the difference? I'm pretty sure we were saying the same thing last time. We said, look, we're already down here, but the regular price was much higher. And then we went straight down. We gotta capitulate, man. We gotta break through this. We gotta come down here. Birsh. Back to Birsh. But I appreciate the 2. We got Daniel for 2. Wow, the youngins are giving out $2 donations today. Daniel says, do you give that any credence to Newple? I always use the Newple. I don't know if you just found me recently. I don't know if you've been following the stream, but I've been beating the Newple into the ground. The Newple is my middle name. I'll do you one further, Mr. Young Daniel. I guess you haven't been watching the streams, which is fine. I even look at the long-term holder Newple. And the long-term holders have never capitulated yet. But in every bear market, they have. So I ask you all this question. Do you think it's different this time, or do you think it's not? If you think it's different this time, then you believe that the long-term holders will not capitulate. If you think it's the same, then you think we're going below 48K. There's no in the middle. It's a binary option. Is it different this time? Yes. The bottom is in. Is it different this time? No. The long-term holders will capitulate. And the long-term holder cost basis, which has always marked the bottom, is all the way down at 50. It might actually be something else now. I don't know. Right now it's at, oh, it's going down again. Yeah. Yeah. It's at 49.7. Which means we have to go below 49.7. It's been that way forever and ever. In every bear market bottom, we went below the short-term holder cost basis. People that are saying the bottom is in are saying it's different this time. And what I was trying to say earlier is you can see in each bear market bottom, we were below the long-term holder cost basis when we had supply coins at 50% of loss. Supply coins and loss at 50%. The only time that wasn't the case was right here. The coins and loss hit 50%, just where it is now. You can see if you focus on the crosshair and look to the right of the screen, you see how the coins and loss is at 50%, right where we are here. We were not above the cost basis of the we were above the long-term holder cost basis, and we went down again. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a capitulation to the bottom, which should trigger the long-term holders to go blue into capitulation. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I also have that Chris chart, because our friend Chris, who's been very good to us on the live stream, Chris made the case that people weren't selling their Bitcoin, so they're going to be holding. And the data actually says that when that happens, we're bearish. We're bearish. When the long-term holders hold their coins, we go down. It means you're in a bear market. So let's see what happens. They just started going vertical in February. When they went vertical in 2018, the capitulation was a year later. When they went vertical in... when they went vertical in 2021, it was May of 2021. And the capitulation low. Oh my God, the capitulation was a year later. Yeah. It was in May of 2022, June. So does that mean the capitulation is going to be in November? Yeah. I don't know. Is it that easy? We hold on a second. We started going up May of 2021 and we hit a negative nupul in June, so it was a year later. Here we started going up in December and we hit a negative nupul in November. Here we started going up in December. So does that mean we hit a negative nupul in November? Or maybe? Here we started going up. Wait. No, we didn't hit the negative nupul until October. So it's not 100%. But it takes about a year. It takes about a year to hit the negative nupul from where the supply reverses up. That's a true statement. If you look at the bottom of the supply, a year and a half, either 10 to 13 months later, you hit a negative nupul. This one was a little bit smaller, of course. We hit the negative nupul by November, which is only 8 months. But you have to keep the consistent data. This was not the low. This was the low. I'm measuring from the low of the supply, which 1 year later, well, what's 12 months after June? Yeah, what's 12 months after June? Well, obviously not 12 months. It would be June again. 13 months would be July, but we didn't hit negative nupul until October. So there's a decent case to be made that we're gonna get a negative nupul in October or November. It's definitely there. But I appreciate the 2. We got against all odds for 2 says, what about the long-term holder supply? I appreciate the 2. Yeah, is that what I just looked at without even looking at your super chat? Yeah, I just looked at that. That's actually interesting. I just went on that whole ramble without even seeing your super chat. but I appreciate the 2. Many say because the supply is higher, it means less people are here to sell. Well, this chart says when people hold, that's exactly what this chart is, though. This supply is rising. Long-term holder suggests accumulation phase. Falling indicates distribution. Short-term holders are addresses that have Bitcoin less than 155, while long-term holders have more than 155. So when long-term holders hold for more than 155 days, that's the blue. So when it's going up, this is saying it's accumulation. The thing is, it just started going up in February, right before we're at the capitulation, basically. And even though the price isn't moving, long-term holders are not moving. It doesn't mean they're accumulating. It just means the coins aren't moving. You could probably say they're accumulating, but every time we've done that, it was a bear market. Now, in 2021, it was slightly different because the bear market didn't start for another 7 months. But guess what? 7 months from February is next month. So the bear market's about to start now? Or is it different this time? That's what I'm trying to say. People are saying it's different this time, then I can't really argue with it. If it's not different this time, then the bear market should end pretty soon, which I think it is. I think we have to go down. XRP is about to make a new low. Oh man, you guys can't even see the chart. I'm not explaining it again. I explained it 3 times. 2 times. The 2-time back-to-back blockbuster champion. See how it just started going up now? But I don't think the bear market is just starting. I think we're about to end the bear market. Grease Monkey for 2 says Soul looks cooked. Yeah, Solana bleeding, I think, is a good telltale of what's going to happen. Oh, wow, it's still going down. Oh, wow, it is going down. Yeah, Solana doing what it's doing is telling me that we're bearish. I think we're going to get it. I'm not saying I'm going to be right, but I think we're going to get it. I think the big dump I think it's going to be the second half of August. I think a lot of us got a little too excited for August, saying, oh, it's going to be bearish, but it's not going to be. Wait, what is this? Ondo looks bearish. The first half of August could be bullish, which it looks like that's what it is. But the thing is, the 5-day stock RSI is going to hit overbought next Friday. No, this Friday. Or maybe it's Saturday, 2 days from today. Yeah, Saturday. So it's a big if, but if it hits overbought, I am going to assume you can officially start the timer. Because if we hit overbought and it's bullish, we go up, as we mentioned many times. If we go overbought and we don't move, bearish. This one was bearish. This one was ultra bearish. Even this one was bearish. You hit overbought, nothing happened. Bearish. So I'm going to have to assume that if we hit overbought on Saturday, we're bearish. Start the timer. If we didn't see red, why assume we see blue according to your Newple? Hey, the Moon Boy is back. I thought you were going to leave us forever. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. So the argument is we didn't see red. Why do we have to see blue? And that's a good argument to make. If she loads. Come on, baby, load. You can see that on the regular Nupal, we hit red 3 times. We went really deep into the blue. We hit red 2 times. We went less deep into the blue. We hit red 1 time. We didn't actually go that deep into the blue. Here we barely... we didn't hit it last time either. But we still went down to the blue. So there's your answer. For the Moon Boy in the chat, we didn't hit it last time either. And we still went down to the blue. Now, you can clearly see that these lows are getting higher. So I cannot guarantee that we're going to see the blue. We might not. However, I cannot ignore the fact that we didn't even touch dark green. We skipped an entire color code. You can definitely argue the dark blue is gone. You may even be able to argue that the light blue is gone. But to tell me that we're not even going to dip into the green when the very last market cycle you didn't hit red either, but you still came all the way back down to the blue. Sorry, this one. I have to say that that's hopium. That's cope. We have to come down here. The long-term holder one is what I prefer because the long-term holders dictate the market. But you can see it's a similar concept. Look at how high. Look at this. Look at how high. You see my crosshair? Look at how much higher the Nupal was. You see how we're a little bit higher? From this top to this top. Look at the difference. But you still came back down to the same spot on the downside. So I can't tell you that we have to come down here because I don't. I think it's going to make a higher low because we didn't hit red. But look at how far we are from the blue. We're not even close. When these are decently far away, but I wouldn't say that it's far enough away to where this distance here barely made a difference on the bottom. So this distance here is going to skip an entire section. I don't buy that. And if you do buy that, then that's okay. These are making higher lows, but it's not to that extreme. And the beautiful thing about this is we already punched in the data. And if the trend continues, we should go into the 40,000 range, which is why I think we're going to 40,000. You're more than allowed to disagree with that, but that's what the data says. Oh, XRP is bearish too. Somebody said it in the chat. Yeah, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We had this drawn. XRP's been bearish the whole time. Oh, baby, we're getting close. Oh, baby, if we pull this off, I'm going to the Chinese buffet. Come on, baby. I feel like below 50K will be defended, like below 60K right now. I disagree. Again, I try and make all my statements based on data. That doesn't mean I'm going to be right, though. I want to preface that because I know that could come off as, oh, well, data says no, so it's not going to happen. I try and say everything based on historical data. 53,000 is the realized price, which I know that's a buzzword, I'm sure. I don't... In 2022, we sliced right through it. In 2018, we sliced right through it. In 2014, we did bounce off of it, but then we sliced right through it. I don't think there's enough time to bounce off of it. You could say we already attempted to do that here, like what happened here. I think when we enter capitulation, the market just... Again, I said this yesterday. The term capitulation is thrown around like a dirty girl. I know that's inappropriate to say, but it's just a perfect analogy. We talked about this yesterday. I deleted the chat. I don't know why. Yeah. Oh no, here it is. I didn't delete it. But we talked about this yesterday with the tether. Why is tether falling? Capitulation is when people give up. Oh no, I did delete it. Sorry, you don't have that here. Yeah, let me ask. What is the term? What's a good way to word this? What is the definition of the term capitulation in crypto and overall markets? Let's see what she says. Capitulation refers to a period of intense panic-driven selling where market participants abandon hope of a price recovery and sell off their holdings in masse to prevent further losses. Derived from the military term to surrender, it marks the exact point of where holding out transforms into indiscriminate selling. Volume spikes, liquidation cascades, and let's see. And stretch over days to weeks. Yeah, the other time I asked, it gave me a better answer. Capitulation transfers assets from distressed, leveraged, or panic-driven sellers to long-term value buyers who have cash sitting on the sidelines. Once the supply of motivated sellers is completely exhausted, even minor buying pressure can cause a sharp bounce or mark the bottom. Let's see. Have we hit capitulation? In the crypto markets? Come on, my typing is atrocious. Oh, let's just say Bitcoin. Or Bitcoin based on the on-chain data. Let's see what it says. All right, it says, based on-chain data, Bitcoin has experienced localized tactical capitulation events, notably the sharp flushes to 60K, but it has not yet shown the full structural macro capitulation historically required to signal a move cycle bottom. Major cycle bottom, sorry. On-chain metrics distinguish between short-term leverage clearing and blah, blah, blah. Realized losses, localized flushing during the drawdowns 2025, 2026. The losses spiked to 2 billion. Macro comparison, cumulative. You could read that on your own. You could pause the stream. Short-term holder stresses. Short-term holders bore the brunt of recent price drops, capitulating heavily every time Bitcoin retested the lows. Long-term hold to realized price. The long-term hold to realized price sits near 49.9. Historical macro capitulation almost always involves prices undercutting the aggregate long-term holder cost basis, forcing long-term conviction holders into capitulation or distribution. The overall realized price stands in the 61,000, but we know that's not true. This is wrong information. It's like 53,000. But it says here, holding above this band prevents widespread panic for the overall network. So that simple statement alone, this thing is a robot. It doesn't have any type of thought process other than the information it's given. I didn't even give it any information. This is a new chat. That's why I'm not trying to cheat you guys. I can't scroll up anymore. See how fast I'm scrolling? It gets stuck. If I scroll down, it goes down. When you start a new chat, there's no information. The fact that it literally says falling below the realized price will trigger a market-wide panic means that we haven't hit capitulation yet. It's just, it is what it is. And this thing thinks the realized price is 55,000. So it's saying as long as we're above 55,000, we're not capitulating. This thing doesn't even know that the realized price is lower than that at 52,000. It's actually going down now. It's not even 53,000 anymore. Oh, well, it is 53,000 exactly. But in 20 days, it might be 52,000. Yeah, actually, not for nothing, but when the realized price starts to turn down, that seems to be where the capitulation might be coming. This one, it didn't really turn down until here. You could definitely argue it peaked back here or here, but like you could see the selling it stops bouncing. You see how it bounced here and then it went down? So you could really say like here, it started to decline. In 2022 was the same thing. It was kind of bouncing and then it started to decline. That's where we are now. It stopped bouncing here and now it's starting to decline. But we never hit capitulation. The price didn't move. So in order to get capitulation, we got to go below this. That's what I think, man. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what it says. That's what she says. And I think I think I might have saved the other chats. Yeah, I actually did save the other chats. Yeah, good on me. So this is the data. If you've been watching all the streams, then obviously you already know about this. We already talked about this. But I took those exact comparisons. We went from here to here. We went from here to here. And I said, can you tell me what is projected to be if we repeat history and we include the rising bottom? And these are the prices that we got. 42,000, 44,000, and 38,000. This guy thinks the long-term realized price is 70,000. That's why I'm skipping over this. I had to tell him the realized price is 49,000. And these are the numbers. Well, the long-term hold the realized price. Up here, it thinks it's much higher. So I already plugged in the numbers. And then the other thing I did was I took the drawdowns from each bear market, 93, 84, 84, 77, And I said, okay, well, let's plug that in. What do we get? Let's assume everything. If we assume we have an exact change of rate from last time, where it declines by 7%, you're going to go down 35 to 37,000. I do think that's a little low. Not impossible, as you can clearly see. A shallow bear market, only referring to the prior drawdowns, 93, 60, sorry, 93, 84, 84, and 77. That would be 68%, which is 40,000. The fact that 40,000 is here with the percent drawdowns, that has nothing to do with the on-chain indicators, and the on-chain indicators are saying 44, 42, and 38. I'm going to assume, or at least speculate, that the bottom should be in the 40K range or the high 30s. Could we bottom at 37, 36? Absolutely. I'm not obsessed with trying to find the bottom. I just want to find the box. I want to find that box where Bitcoin sits for 3 to 4 months. And if I can find that, then I'll be okay. Which is what we just did for the last 2 months. We checked everything. Everything's... People on YouTube are saying we're in the box now. I'm saying the on-chain data says no, the box is much lower. And that's why this is so controversial, because a lot of the Moon Boys are pushing, well, if you look at the realized, or if you look at the coins in loss, it says the bottom is now. And what I'm saying is, I understand your argument, but if you look a little bit deeper, which I'm sure they won't because it doesn't fit the narrative, you can actually see that every time we had what we had, we were below the realized price, which right now we don't. And in 2020 or in 2014, that was the only time we did not go below the long-term holder. Is the long-term holder realized price, sorry. The long-term holder realized price. You could probably say realized price too, actually. In every other bear market, we were below the long-term, sorry. We were below the realized price when this bottom occurred. In 2014, we weren't below the long-term holder realized price. But in 2014, we did bounce off of the regular realized price here. So you could probably even say we hit the realized price and then we bounced. The problem is we never hit the realized price. And the problem is as well, in 2014, we bounced and we got back above it, but then we went down again. In every other bear market, even the very first one, in every single bear market, we went below the long-term holder cost basis. The only time you didn't, with the same amount of coins in loss as right now, as you can see, I'm hovering over where we are. Look to the right of your screen, 50%. We were not below the long-term holder cost basis in October of 2014. In every other bottom, we were with the same amount of coins, or a little more. You did not put a bottom in. You went down again. And that's what I think. I think we're in here. I think we're getting ready to go down. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what I think. And in every bear market, you bottom below the realized price, which is the definition of capitulation. Panic. The definition of capitulation is panic. How could we have panic if the very thing that describes panic, which is unrealized profit and loss, or realized profit and loss, it doesn't matter, we never hit panic. The overall network never went into negative territory. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. The average cost of the entire market is 53,000. How could you have capitulation if you never went below the average cost basis of the entire market? It's impossible. Now, if you think it's different this time, then that's a different argument. you have a whole new conversation, which I can't really argue because I don't have any defense against it's different this time. What am I going to say? My argument would be, well, I'm going to assume it's not until it is. And the fact that we topped in October, why is that different from anything else? So the top is the same, but the bottom is different. That's the viewpoint that people have to take. If you think that's true, then so be it. If you think it's not true, then so be it. But today's stream was very unorthodox because there's nothing left to talk about. We talked about everything already. We're at that time, which is what I said before. This tells me that we cannot do this forever. 9 days out of the last year, we had less volatility than what we have right now. The 52-week high was 85%. We're on the other side of the spectrum. If you look at the Bollinger Band percentile, I would argue you probably had 85% either in February or November, which is when the volatility was high. You can see we have the exact opposite right now. We have blue bars with the lowest IV other than 9 days out of the last year. I would imagine it's probably here somewhere where the price was not moving. So we're going to go from one extreme to the other. And that's what happens. That's what I'm saying, man. You go from one extreme to the other. You go from one extreme to the other. There's only one possible way to do that. We have to move. And when we move, there's two options. You either go straight up to make this go up, or we go straight down to make this go up. The last 2 times, it was down. Actually, the last 3 times, it was down. When 2022, or whatever year this is, we went up, and we went to the extreme. We went up, and we went to the extreme. This indicator doesn't tell you which way you're going. It's just telling you prepare for something big. What I'm saying is, in every bull market, I'm so glad I streamed today. Even though the stream started out shitty, we checked. The 5-day stock RSI hits overbought and you go up. There's no pullback. The 5-day stock RSI hits overbought and you're up. The pullback happens before you hit overbought. People are saying pullback then up. That does not line up with history. You're making shit up. Which is fine. I've done that plenty of times. But you're making shit up. Now we have to hit overbought first, which we didn't. Now, if you're going to say we're here and we're going back down again, well, I guess I can't argue with that, right? 38% back down. The problem is this a new low or is it not? I don't know. The 4-year cycle says this is the bottom. The problem is, well, I guess technically you'd have to say we're in here. And there's going to be another capitulation back down to the low. The reason why that might not work is because the MVRV is still falling, which means we're going to make another low again. Because every time the MVRV makes another low, we make another low. So if we go down and we make a higher low and then we bounce, so be it. Bottom's in. Sorry, you can't see that. If we go down and break the low, we're going straight down. So if somebody is going to argue to me that we're right here and we're about to collapse and this is bullish, if people are saying we're right here and we're about to go straight down and then go straight up, I just say I wish you the best. Best of luck. if the argument is we're right here, you know, I best of luck. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see, won't we? But you're telling me that we're going to get this and the bottom isn't going to fall out. I don't know. That's a tough one. Did you get a new moon right here too? Oh, man. You had a double new moon. Oh, the new moon was actually bearish here, but the top was at the new moon. Yeah, dude, next Friday is the new moon, man. I think maybe I'm wrong, but if I had to make a prediction for what I think is going to happen, I think the stock RSI is going to hit overbought on Friday, and then we're going down. And this next move down is the bottom. I think we spike up to 67K or whatever it ends up being, and then we go down to the bottom. That's my prediction. This is what we've been looking for the last month. We're right there. We're literally right there. I took notes. Don't worry. I got receipts, jabronis. Don't you worry. I have receipts because I'm trying to make a plan for myself. But we got receipts. Give me 1 second. I just don't know if it's going to get as high. I don't think it's going to get as high as we originally thought. But maybe it does. I don't know. But we're looking for a test of the short-term hold or realized price. You can see that's what I have drawn here. The problem is it took a little bit longer, which is not a problem. So the long-term hold, or not the long-term holder, the short-term hold or realized price, we actually came down. But you can see I drew it specifically so June would be bearish. We did make a lower low, which is obviously not correct, but the concept is the same. And then we rally up into August. So I thought the top would be around August 3rd, which is now August 6th. But I always thought that August wasn't going to be as bearish as people made it seem. I don't think the move down actually happens until like you can see right here on the bottom here. September is right where my cursor is. I actually think September is going to be the bearish month. But we should go back to the low in August. Which that's kind of where we're at. Sorry. We're right there. We're missing that last kiss of the short-term hold to realized price. We're right there. And I'm going to assume that it's going to happen because every time the 5-day stock RSI hits overbought, it does happen, but it hasn't happened yet. But we're just now going to get it. We're just going to get there on Saturday. And the fact that it's happening with the new moon, I'm not saying the moon chart is going to dictate anything, but maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it isn't. But I think we're setting up for one of these puppies, man. I don't think it's going to be as fast because I don't think we actually break the low until September. But I just need to see us come back to the low. And that's where I say, okay, we're going much lower. But I tell you all this as a summary because we're at that time where there's no more information to give out. If you're bullish, you're bullish. If you're bearish, you're bearish. There's nothing anybody can show you. Everything has been shown. That's why I wish you all the best. There's nothing left to say, which is why the stream started out slow, because we were talking about marriage, because there's nothing left to talk about. We already talked about everything. We got Crypto Prince for 2 says, how low do you think XRP will go? I appreciate the 2. I originally thought it was going to hit 60 cents. If XRP continues to bleed the way that it is, which it's not really bleeding now, but like the last couple of drops have been pretty rough. We broke the low here, we went down 28%. We broke the low here, we went down 22%. So 22% from the low would be 80 cents. I thought XRP was going to hit 60. Maybe it only hits 80. But I want to stress this point. We cannot have recency bias. Just because XRP bottomed early in 2022 doesn't mean it's going to do the same thing again. Because in 2018, XRP bottomed and then it went down for another year and a half. Even without COVID, it made another low. Bitcoin bottomed here. XRP bled for another year. So I can't say that I know where XRP is going to bottom. I would like to think it does hit 60 cents. Maybe that's too low, but that's what I would say. I think 60 cents. Not financial advice, but I appreciate the 2. You're saying the next drop is going to be... You told me it was going to be 30%. No. That's... I think we go up, then we go back to the low, then we bounce, and then we go down. So the big ass move isn't going to be until September to October. So this whole thing might be 30 to 40%, yes. But I don't think it's going to just go straight down like that. It's going to be slow. I mean, at some point, we're going to get something violent because the Bollinger Band percentile is saying that's what's happening. But I don't think it's going to be one shot. I think it's going to be 2 little moves. Could it be one big ass move? I mean, that's what's been happening. It's been big ass 30. It's 35, 37, 30. If we top out at 68K, 30 is 46, 38 is 41. And don't say it can't happen because it happens every time. This one was 45 in like 2 or 3 weeks. This one was also 45 in 2 to 3 weeks. So, is it easy to say when? Of course not. I don't know when. And I would also say that if we don't go down at some point in August, then maybe it's not coming. Or, there's always that chance that the bottom is actually in November. And maybe that's why we're not moving. I can't say that I know. But we're not going to know until after the fact. That's why you got to just bet on however you think it's going to play out. But me personally, I like the 5-day stock RSI. It was the exact indicator that helped me look at this and say it was bearish. Because in the bull market, every time you go from oversold to overbought, you take the high from the last time it was overbought. The very first time that didn't happen was right here. Second time it didn't happen was right here. And it looks like it's about to happen again. So if we don't get over this high in a timely manner, it's bearish. That's how it's always been. You went from oversold to overbought. We were here. We did not take this high. And we went down. Oversold, overbought, down. We went from oversold to overbought. We did not take this high. We went down. 2018 is the same thing. You went from oversold to overbought. You made a high. You went from oversold to overbought. Did not take the high. You made a lower low. You went from oversold to overbought. You didn't take the high. You went down. So we're at that moment again where I'm pretty sure it's going to be Saturday where we're going to spike up. If we go like this, then holy shit, the bottom is in. Holy shit. If the bottom is not in, we should not take this high. Which means if we come to 2 weeks from now and we're still down here or lower, then this is going to roll over. So we're at that time, gentlemen and the 3 ladies. Shout out to the ladies. There's a couple ladies in here today. Shout out to Amanda, even though they're not here anymore. This is it. There's nothing left for me to show you. And the thing that I find scary is Ethereum is already up there. Ethereum is overbought on the weekly time frame, for Christ's sake. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Crying out loud is what I meant to say. Crying out loud. Look at that shit. Look at this dude. So yeah, maybe we're about to go straight up. But if we don't go straight up, there's no other options than go straight down. It's binary. Here, the stock RSI went sideways. Here, we went straight up. So over the next two months, we're either going to see ETH at 2,700 or 1,400, 1,300. There's no in the middle. It only stays elevated when the price goes straight up. Even in 24, last bear market, we hit overbought and then we collapsed. I don't want to use foul language. I don't have anything new to tell you guys, unfortunately. We went over everything, which is why today was marriage counseling. I can't say how many more streams will be like that, but I do have to tell you that once we hit that short-term hold to realized price, I have to go into my bear bunker and wait for the end. Because it's going to be the end of days for me if we go like this. And if we go like this, I can do a Chinese buffet vlog. Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to be trying the new McDonald's Chinese buffet. Hello, everyone. So, this is kind of it. This is kind of it, gentlemen and the 2 ladies. So, best of luck to you all. We're getting closer every day. As always, stay safe. None of this is financial advice. We actually maintained 100 viewers pretty much the whole stream, 90 to 100. So I guess you guys like marriage counseling. We'll be back tomorrow, I assume, unless we go like this. No, even if we go up, I'll stream that last day. But I know the chat gets toxic when we get over this moving average, so I have to stream. But enjoy your day. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe. None of this is financial advice. Take care, and I'll see you soon.